It's October, 19-something, just outside of someplace, somewhere England. We see a town car slicing its way through a curtain of pounding rain, making its way up a long drive towards a well-appointed mansion. It stops. A portly gentleman emerges from the back, umbrella first. As he waves away the coachman, we see a piece of paper clutched in his hands. He ascends the stairs towards the grand entryway, bracing himself against the deluge. Light pours out on him as the front door opens. "Ah, good evening, old chap," he says, addressing an unseen figure. "I do so apologize for my tardiness. This storm did cause quite the kerfuffle getting out of the city." He reaches the threshold. "Now, I do say I hope I didn't miss dinner. I am quite Oh. He stumbles back a step, the light from the entrance glinting off the gilded hilt of a blade stuck in his abdomen. He looks forward at his assailant, gasping for breath that won't come. He stumbles back again, now tumbling down the steps. As he lay there, his eyes glassily staring at the unrelenting storm clouds above him, we see now the paper clutched in his hand. An invitation to Manor Mistigan. Its ink smudging as it mixes with rain and blood. Welcome, everyone! Hello! Thank you so much for joining us.
Dan, you didn't tell me this was gonna be spooky.
I should have warned you. I'm so sorry. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to Open Table Adventures. I, as always, am your master of games, keeper of mysteries, maker of murders, Dan the Baker. And this is our creepy little Halloween one-shot, Murder at Manor Mistigan. I would like now to turn it to our wonderful players. Introduce yourselves, give us your name, pronouns, and tell us a little bit about who you're playing. Let's start with our cowboy friend, VJ.
Howdy, folks. Hey, everybody. My name is VJ Harris. I am. I was already in the voice.
Over.
My name is VJ Harris. My pronouns are they, them, he, him. Use them interchangeably. If you find a particularly fun one you want to try, give it a go. I'll let you know if it's a win or a miss. You can find me everywhere at VJH Creations. Any social media, type that in. If that doesn't work, throw an underscore in there somewhere. I'm probably there. And I'm just a queer little lad doing things on the internet. And speaking of queer little lads, howdy, folks. My name's Luca Ori, and I am the world-renowned private investigator. You got something missing, I'll go a-looking. You got something lost, I'll go a-hunting. And my pronouns are also he, him, and they, them. But unlike my compatriot that just spoke, do not use funky little pronouns for me, right? Just those two. Thanks, appreciate it. And what do you got to know about me besides my dashing good looks? Although I have been... To talk about those dashing good looks just for a second, bushy, thick eyebrows, this beautiful, thick beard, a not short, combed over hair, a very pronounced and respectable nose. I do love to dress in very cowboy-like attire, as you can probably tell from the clothing and my affectation. And yeah, that's a little bit about me. Thanks, folks.
Gorgeous, beautiful. Let's go up to Dylan.
Oh, hi there. I'm Dylan, or Super Dylan. Either is fine. My pronouns are she, and they. I am a game designer and actual play performer, and I'm super stoked to be here playing a little jam with my friends. And I will be playing Ira. Ira is stoic and buff and tall man, a brick wall of a dude. And his pronouns are he, him. And he will be shadowing our cowboy friend as we move through this adventure.
Love it. Alex.
I'm on the spot. I'm panicked. Hi, everybody. I'm Alex.
I'm not prepared. I didn't study.
I didn't. What we're supposed to? What are we doing today? Oh gosh. I'm Alex Alexander. You can find me on TikTok at Alexander the One Dad, or you can find me here at Open Table. I'm always hanging out with Dan. Let's see. Pronouns he, him. I do D&D and TTRPG content. I make funny little skits and talk about D&D and how crazy being a DM is. So all that fun jazz. What were the other questions? I completely forgot.
Tell us who you're playing today.
Oh, that's right. That's probably the most important part, right? So I will be playing Beauregard B. Buchanan III, rich boy extraordinaire, traveling Europe to get away from his family, kind of living off their money a little bit, but just trying to find himself in the world and kind of separate himself from the craziness that is his family.
Lovely. My favorite two-headed monster, playing two characters this time.
Wrong
We'll go
game.
with start with Kat.
Hi, yes. Oh my gosh. Same Alexander. I'm on the spot. Oh my gosh. Hi, I'm Kat. Kat Alicia. You can find me on basically all social media underneath that name. If it's not one word, there's an underscore in between Kat and Alicia. Alysha. I use they, them pronouns. And you can find me on the internet, also just creating content. I have a channel called Gallifrey Gals that I run with a friend of mine, Paula. Gallifrey Gals, if you like watching reactions to nerdy content and shenanigans like that. When I have the mental space, I'm also creating content on TikTok. Eventually, sometimes, you know?
Valid.
Today... see if I can. Yeah, all right, there it is. I'm playing Bernard Quinn, son of William Quinn. I use he, him pronouns, and come from generations of money. Who knows where it comes from at this point? I don't really care. All I know is that I get to be a collector of fine art and basically take in the beauties of the world, but not really have to travel or go anywhere for it. So I'm sure you've heard of William Pursley's work. He's a great landscape artist, does beautiful things out there. I'm a fine man, handsome, mostly, you know, whatever. And I like to wear a good vest and button down, and sometimes a nice little bow tie, keeping things fancy. And I don't have my little newsboy hat right now, but it's okay.
Perfect. Beautiful. Parker, take us home.
Hello, all. I am Parker, they, them, and at Uncanny Parker on the internet, where you can probably find me talking about comics, TTRPGs, or anime, or yelling at awful white men, because I try to do that as much as I can.
Doing the Lord's work.
Oh no, absolutely not him. Wrong direction.
I didn't say
though.
which Lord.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Who are you playing today?
Hello, world. You know me. I'm Dodge Devlin. You've probably seen Dodge Devlin Delivery Driver, Delving in Delphi, or Dodge Devlin Delivery Driver. Fuck. Forgot the other names of my movies at this moment. Danger in the Dead Sea.
Danger Down Under.
Danger Down Under. Yeah.
Yeah. Daring the
But
Dead
yes.
Sea? Yeah.
Daring the
Yeah.
Dead Sea. That's what it was.
Basically,
You know,
I'm just next to it.
I've made so many of them, they all kind of blur together. But yes, no, I am, you know, the world's favorite, action-adventure star, currently.
In the year of 19-something.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely. I can't wait to meet all of you. We now zoom
sorry.
in.
Sorry, wait, did forget. Dodge Devlin. They, them in private, he, him in public.
Relatable.
Mm-hmm.
We now, mist effect, zoom in once again to that well-appointed manor, the manor of one Manor Mistigan, who is currently the richest man in the world after the large success about a decade ago of his delivery company Androctones, which delivers fine goods across the world. He is known for throwing these lavish, extravagant dinner parties, and we now stumble upon one such night about a year after our little intro monologue there. The party has just started. We are in the main parlor room of the mansion, which, remember, you guys do have a little map to keep track of all the little rooms.
That's so right.
I love making little maps.
We have resources.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's valid. What else is new?
I totally pay attention to everything.
Yeah.
We are in the parlor room. The room is densely decorated. Every wall is covered with, it's almost like a trophy room at this point, but not like metal trophies, more like hunting trophies. There's a large fireplace. Hanging above it is a hunting rifle. Hanging above that is the large head of a moose that Migglesly took down during one of his many escapades. So there's various, pelts and things like that across the walls. There's also a large glass case, a large armoire filled with ancient Mesopotamian, Sumerian artifacts, ancient Egyptian artifacts, ancient Greek artifacts, a lot of ancient artifacts. He's a shelf of all different, ceremonial blades. There's some ritual mask. There's all sorts of things. There are some chairs about, some plush chairs. Everyone seems to be kind of standing about to kind of set the scene. We have standing over by the piano, we have the famed jazz singer Cynthia Blue, who is speaking with a young socialite, Verafina Moore. They're over there by the piano. We see standing alone, kind of sipping some champagne, the wife of Migglesly Mistigan, Emery Mistigan, who's kind of just sitting there observing everyone as we go. Over by the door into the dining room, we have Lachlan and Saphira McLeod, the maid and butler, brother sister. Kind of standing over by himself by the fireplace, we have the adult son of Emery and Migglesly, Chet Mistigan. Who else do we have? Is that everyone? Oh, and then we also have standing by a little plate of hors d'oeuvres, Siobhan Shens, the celebrity chef for the evening. Migglesly Mistigan has yet to make an appearance, but where would the five of you, where do you think you would have been situating yourself?
Well, Luca, who is famously known for loving to snack, is over by the hors d'oeuvres, always has something in his hands or in his mouth.
Perfect.
I was going to say that Bernard is definitely by the snacks as well. Mostly because, celebrity chef. I need to be around that. I need to talk to someone of such stature.
Center of the room.
Mm-hmm. Just
Just
by
kinda-
yourself, just standing there.
Yep, just kind of looking around, smiling at folks, kind of expecting someone to walk up.
Mhm.
Let's see. Bo would probably be over talking with Chet with a drink in hand, just chit-chatting away.
Chatting away.
Ira's gonna be standing behind Luca. View of the door, please.
Of course, yeah. It's large French doors that open into the entryway. They are currently open, so you can see the grand entryway and the staircase leading up to the bedrooms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those of you standing with Siobhan Shens, She says, "Oh, please help yourself. We have some oysters Rockefeller for you. I made them myself. Family
Nice.
recipe.
Where did the oysters come from? Fresh caught or?
Yes, fresh caught earlier this week, I believe, off the coast of Bristol.
Oh, Bristol. I have a beautiful, beautiful painting of Bristol up in the walls of my home. Absolutely gorgeous.
Have you been to Fair Bristol though? Because the sights, the actual side of it compared to a painting cannot be described.
Oh,
cannot be
you've not
compared.
seen the works of William Pursley, then, my dear.
Oh, of course I've seen those works. I do believe one of those rare paintings were stolen and I had to retrieve it. I've seen the work again.
Stolen?
Magnificent. Yes, stolen. Maybe about a couple years ago.
Is it the Infinite? Which one was it? Where that
Mm.
was?
Yes, I see where your mind is going. That is correct.
Mhm.
Yes, did retrieve
Okay.
it.
All right, nicely done. I'll have to see if I can poke around and maybe obtain that one. It's got a story.
Yes, but if I can take one of these oysters and just slurps it up in the most like, yeah, and then turns to Ira. Ira, you must try one of these, friend. Please.
Yeah, sure. I'll try anything once. And Ira eats the oyster. Excuse me.
Burner
Sorry, my
definitely
palate's
just
not
a symbol.
exactly.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Not my kind of palate. That's all.
It's
No shame in
different.
that.
We see over by the fireplace Chet and Bo talking. See, Chet is kind of sitting there, kind of leaning against the wall, leaning against the mantle a little bit, arms crossed, sour face. Says, my mates, they're all out for a rugby match, and I'm stuck here with you lot. It's ridiculous, what it is. Wouldn't you say?
Bo's gonna slap him on the shoulder. Oh, come on, man. It can't be that bad. Being here with all these beautiful people in this room, great company, warm fireplace. Come on now. It's a great thing. Now, let me tell you, if you gotta go someplace, so South France, that's the place you want to go. Hang out, beautiful people, great food. Not so much in the rugby down there, but let me tell you, just fantastic people.
I think they got some of those nude beaches down South France.
You
What?
find that all across the place.
I've never been to one of those. I've always wanted to.
Yeah. Maybe you should stay here.
You said ain't no rugby down there, so it's
Nah.
don't know what I'll do with myself with my free time. Dodge, you see that Cynthia and Verafina, they kind of wave you over towards the piano.
Ah, Cynthia, Verafina. How are you doing this evening?
Yeah. You see Cynthia speaks, I'm doing just lovely, darling. You have interacted with her before. You're both kind of that same caliber of celebrity. Like she's probably performed at one of your premieres or something like that. And she said, me and Verafina here, we were just talking about some of your movies. We were, and Verafina, what was it you wanted to ask? And she says, oh, I was just wondering, is all those stunts, all those wild, crazy things, are those real? Do you actually do that?
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh, fascinating. She is just kind of like, she kind of puts her elbow on the piano and has a little bit of like gaga eyes.
Yeah, it's actually how I made my break. Is I was, just doing stunts, and then someone noticed how pretty I was, and well, here we are.
It must be scary doing all those, wild stunts with the fire and the jumping and the all the vehicles, and you must be quite the talent with that.
You know, some people think it's dangerous, but it's kind of the only thing that gets the old heart going, you know?
Oh, that's lovely. You see, Cynthia speaks up, and she said, you filmed over in Cyprus a little bit ago, didn't you?
Okay, so
I remember.
we didn't actually film on location in Cyprus. Shh.
Oh.
It was Crete.
Oh my goodness. Oh well, that's a shame. Really, Cyprus is beautiful. I was just there last month. Did a outdoor performance under the moonlight. It was divine. I felt connected to the universe.
Mm. Yeah, no, I've always wanted to go. Oof.
It's a little hard to speak without a script, isn't it?
I'm not used to saying my own words, that's for sure.
You see, Verafina she gets a little bit of a hush tone. She's, speaking of words, you know that writer, Edwin Cuttlebranch? That one that they say they disappeared last year? You know, there's a nasty rumor that the last place he was seen, the last place he was supposed to be seen was here at one of these dinner parties at Mistigan Manor. But he never made it.
You don't say.
Yeah. It's just a rumor after all, but it's some rumors are rumors.
Well, that's certainly fascinating.
Back over at the hors d'oeuvre plate, you see Emery. She makes her way over. She's like a little tipsy. You can kind of. She's not like stumbling yet, but she is like you can tell like she's almost there.
She's got that little like fun sway in her walk.
Yeah, and she like grabs an oyster and slurps it down, and she addresses all you there and I hope you guys are enjoying yourself so far.
Emily, you always put on the best party. Always.
Oh,
With wonderful
do
people
try.
like this right now. Siobhan, these oysters are to die for. I can't even imagine what the rest of the evening is going to look like.
oh, thank you so much. I will hopefully will not disappoint.
You never do.
I'm sure you won't, darling. But speaking of to die for, I heard the most interesting little rumor that that writer, just escaping my name, that went missing last year, was at one of these parties before that happened. Is that true?
You see Emery, she kind of purses her lips and pushes. I don't know who started that rumor, but he was invited, but the poor chap never showed up. I don't know. Yeah, no one. Mr. Cuttlebranch. Yeah, Edwin
Yes.
Cuttlebranch.
Yeah,
That's the
it's really
name.
unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone, I mean, I don't know if it was a murder. We don't know if it was a murder. There was never a body found, but why didn't you? You should have taken a crack at it, Mr. Ori. You probably would have
What?
found him in a jiffy.
What
Oh,
a good
well,
point there.
The family opted to go with Dennis Heaveman, and Dennis's work speaks for herself, as in he hasn't been found. So
I mean,
I
it's
go
been
where
like
I'm
a
called.
year now, hasn't it?
It has
Yeah,
been a
that's
year.
Awful. Absolutely awful. Gosh, Emrys, that could have been so stressful for y'all. I'm just so sorry.
Oh, it's he was a dear friend of my Migglesly, but
Yeah.
he took it a little hard, but life goes on. Speaking of, I don't know where my dear husband is off to. He loves to make an entrance, so I'm sure he'll be down any moment now.
Yeah. You absolutely called it out, 100%. You know he's going to do some big grand thing.
Uh,
And I'm
You
sure
see,
Chet is
actually-
gonna absolutely love it.
oh yeah, he always does.
Mm-hmm.
That is. You see at this point, actually, the front doors of the house, like so through the French doors into the entryway, the front doors blow open, which is strange because it was a clear, beautiful night before you came here. Blow open, you can see a raging storm outside, and you see actually then that man like kind of rushes down the stairs and shoves the doors closed. And you can see he turns around and looks at you, and you see it is your host, Manor Mistigan. And he says, "Well, that won't do quite one bit, will it, friends?" He makes sure the door is closed. You see he is wearing a bit of a I don't want to say like Playboy Mansion-esque like
The smoking
kind of
jacket.
robe situation. Yeah. He's an older man. He's in his like mid to late 50s. But it's like he's done his best to make sure you wouldn't know it. Like he styled his hair in just the way that you couldn't tell it's thinning. He's like if you got up close, you could tell he's wearing a little bit of makeup to hide the wrinkles and whatnot. He walks into the main room, into the parlor room. He says, "Now, welcome all to Mistigan Manor. I hope you've been finding yourself well. Dinner should begin shortly. Mr. McLeod," he says, addressing the butler in the corner, "may I speak to you for just a moment?" And he crosses the room and takes the butler kind of by the elbow and leads him into the other room, unless someone stops him on the way or anything.
Does something seem off about that, the way that is happening?
Give me a psychology roll.
Yeah.
First roll of the night.
First roll.
Actually, I don't think I can. I don't think I'm gonna pass this.
You never know.
No, absolutely not.
I would like for Ira to sort of, as that person is leaving the room, to just sort of put a hand upon Luca's shoulder. So, a bit of a posh guest list. What'd you make of this lot?
Well, Ira, I think, and it's like kind of leaning in and whispering. I think there's a lot of things going on. I think Quinn over there, very much probably needs to get out a little bit more, see the wider world instead of just behind masterpieces. I think our lovely hostess might need to put the drink down a little bit, but who am I to say such things? I do feel like this rumor about damn it, Ira, you know me and these goddamn names. We'll try to like take out a fucking notebook and try to find this author's name. Something feels a bit strange about that. I must confide. I was hoping to get this invitation to do a little snooping to see if there was something to those rumors about them being here after that happened. But so far everybody seems a bit harmless, but the night is young.
Maybe a
Very
little bit
young.
cavalier about a missing person who never showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Can I, as we're like kind of discussing and Ira is watching, can I also make a psychology roll and see if I can pick up on any suspicious behavior from particularly our invite, our hosts, not necessarily the guest list?
Yeah, for sure. Go for it.
Okay. Now, if I were a person who forgot how to roll in Call of Cthulhu, hypothetically,
So you
someone-
roll your percentile dice.
yes, yeah.
Roll
Okay.
your D100.
Yeah.
And then you should have a rating next to the psychology skill.
I sure do.
and you want whatever you roll to be below that rating. So if you like got if your rating is 40 and you got anything, I believe
Okay.
40 or below counts. Yeah.
Perfect. Excellent. Okay. So I did get a 50 and my psychology is a 60. So I did roll under that.
Great. So you're looking at the host specifically at like Emery and Migglesley. Is like what? I guess what's like the question on your mind? Like what is the on the forefront of your mind like that you're wondering about them?
I'm wondering why invite such an eclectic group of guests to this party. Is there, and it maybe in particular, is there something they're wanting from Luca?
Very. You thinking of like kind of how Emery spoke, like, you know, because she was the one who mentioned to Luca, like, oh, why weren't you the one to look into this? Like, why weren't you the one to do this? You think that that probably is not, at the very least, her intention. Like, she, if there is any sort of plot with that, like, she has no idea of if that, you know, Luca would be involved in anything. Migglesley, however, he seems just kind of like you looking at him as he was passing by. He seems a little distant. Like it seems like there's something else on his mind as he was walking through. Like when he was addressing the crowd, welcoming everyone, he did not make eye contact with a single person. He kind of like he was looking like almost above everyone's heads, just barely enough that, you know, you would only notice if you're really looking for it. And you do find it strange that, you know, the host, you know, it's not that strange for a host to like be a little bit later and make an entrance, but then to immediately leave again with, you know, the butler is slightly strange. So you think there's something going on, but you're like, you know, a 50 isn't too, you know, amazing, so you're not really sure exactly what is going on. He's not all there. He's not like fully focused on this party, is what it seems like.
Luca, you just focus on the guests, and I'm gonna keep my eye on the host there.
Always appreciated, Ira. Always appreciated. Also, side note, I was looking at an analyst instead of psychology, which I am good at, but I'm fine with what my role was. I have a 0 in psychoanalysis, which I was like, I'm not making this.
Oh. That makes sense, yeah. You would not make that ever. Yeah, you see, as everyone kind of goes back to like just idle chit chat, Cynthia has gone to like the piano and started just like lightly playing some atmospheric music. Saphira, the maid, has gone around and started like, you know, oh, are you done with that? Are you done with that? I can take that cup from you. I can take that glass. And it's kind of gone around and is like starting to tidy up a little bit. The cocktail hour is kind of, so you can tell, it's coming to a close a little bit as dinner is about to get started. The Chef Siobhan, has gone to the kitchen to do the final, making sure everything is ready. So is there in this kind of closing of this opening scene, is there anything anyone wants to do?
I'm just gonna chat with Emery a little bit more of just how on earth did he plan a drastic opening of the front door? That just was the timing of that. He is phenomenal. That Migsley of yours.
It's, you know, like I said, he loves to make an entrance.
Is he doing all right there? He seems. I just wanted to check and make sure you're business, just, you know.
Something just happened. I could not hear.
Oop, I'm so sorry.
Kinda
I just want to check in, you know, on you both, and just, are you feeling okay? And the whole Edwin business is just, it's so much stress.
Oh, it's that, you know, hasn't been much of a business for us The police did question. Came by a couple weeks after he was reported missing, but that kind of blew over rather quickly. We were, no one suspects Mickelsley of anything, of course, or anyone from at the party.
No,
Uh,
never suggest such a thing.
of course not. No. Yeah, some, of course, some people did because some, they just wanted the attention. But
They want the
yeah.
attention. They go after the people, the big people,
Mhm. But Migglesly, he's just dives into his work. He gets all uh, busy, and he just got back from a trip actually.
Oh.
In out east. Yeah, he was doing a some sort of businessy thing, research of some sort. It's all over my head. I'm
How
not
are
really
you
sure.
supposed to keep up with it?
It's
No,
well,
it's so much.
I-
It's absolutely.
I keep a house and
Oh my
home.
god!
That's all.
Hang on, just a second. I remember. It's Blood Falls Antarctica. That was the piece. The landscape. Sorry, I'm forgetting name. Luca. Was that
Yeah.
your name?
Yes, Luca Ori.
Luca. It was Blood Falls. That's what it was.
That is correct. Thank you.
I'd like to chat about that at some point if you know its location or who's selling it. I'm so sorry, Emery. That's been on the back of my head and it's been killing me.
Oh, of course. I'm glad that now I know that as well.
Oh, don't you? I'll see you at the next auction where if we find it, you watch out there.
Oh, hey, my pockets are deep.
All right.
I think when the maid was coming around taking things, Luca not only handed what he had, the lots of plates of like stacked food at this point,
Mhm.
but also pulled out like the equivalent of a 50 or something, and like put it underneath a cup. Now listen, darling.
Mhm.
If you hear anything, strange, anything that might pique the curiosity of a world-renowned private investigator, you come let me hear about it. All right, pull my ear a little bit,
Oh,
if you so
okay.
choose. If you choose not to, keep the 50.
Oh, okay. I think this actually calls for another roll. I'm gonna say either charm or persuade,
Oh,
whichever one you prefer.
1920s $50 would be about almost
I said that's a lot of
$800
money.
today.
How much?
Yeah.
I was just gonna look it up.
Almost $800 today, Muddy.
I was literally just typing it in. I was like, how much is that today?
Okay,
How
persuade or
loaded is this
charm?
man?
Okay.
I feel like for
We're gonna go with
800 bucks, that's
Stupid money.
that should be like almost a full success.
Yeah. So I got a 50 in persuade, and that's a 27.
Ooh, almost almost a hard success. You see, she kind of as you're speaking, she grabs the glass. She feels the cash underneath. I'm assuming also it's the British money because it would make no sense for it to be the American dollars.
I don't know what it's 50 pounds, I guess.
Yeah. She looks and she you see her slide it and she's wearing like a little apron. She slides it into the little pocket of her apron. And she says, right, Mr. Ori, I will keep an ear out for you.
Thank you,
And she
darling.
kind of goes about her business. Cool. As anyone else doing any last minute looking around, talking before we can head on to the next scene?
I say Bo's probably gotten bored with rugby talk and has probably made his way over to the piano and kind of done
Mhm.
the tandem piano playing at this point.
Yeah, doing heart and soul. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
you're inventing heart and soul. Yeah.
It's gonna be big one day.
Dodge, are you doing anything, or are you just kind of listening to the piano?
I think I'll kind of sidle over to the piano and just listen and smile out at everyone and just kind of continue to expect people to come to me.
Of course. You see, we fade out from this scene as we make our way into the dining room, just next door, excuse me. You've all kind of gathered around this large, fancy oaken dining table. There's like a big, what's it called? Cornucopia, like in the center. And, there's already some appetizers set out, like at all your things. There's little name cards for everyone to sit. The forecast, or the, wow. Sorry, I just read the word forecast and it made me say forecast.
What
Yeah.
is the forecast, Dan?
It not good. Murder, actually. Yeah. So there's a little. It's like a hearty little like soup has been served with like a green garnish. You can all hear. There's like a glass skylight above, and you can hear the storm, the rain like pelting. The glass. Someone you can be heard saying, "Oh, the forecast didn't even call for rain. Didn't even bring an umbrella. Don't know what I'm going to do later." There's drinks are poured. What's everyone's drink of choice? I would love to know that.
I think
Everyone looking up 1920s drinks.
Hell yeah.
anyone with a keen eye will see that that Ira has a glass of a neat scotch in his hands, and occasionally even like casually brings it up to his mouth, but it hasn't been refilled since we've been here, and it has not gone down at all. It seems that he's sort of using it as set dressing a little bit.
Mm-hmm. It's a prop. Love a prop.
It's a prop.
Mm-hmm.
Bernard has a. I just looked it up, and used to just go by a whiskey cocktail, but just a good old classic old fashioned.
Nice. Or as it was called now, just a fashioned.
Exactly. With bourbon.
Classic.
Okay, Bo's probably drinking, maybe like, I just looked it up too. He's probably mixing between drinks, kind of mixing it up, not doing the same thing all night. But probably right now he'd probably be drinking like a French 75. So
Ooh.
Getting into the gin.
Classy.
Yeah.
Ori's got a white lady, which is this kind of it's a cocktail with creamed mint, with a little bit of orange liqueur, some lemon juice, and a shaken with an egg white. Was drinking just a scotch neat as the talks and whatnot were happening, but as we're getting into dinner, has gotten his drink of choice.
What's Dodge drinking? I need to know this actually.
I think I saw the one. It was
Dodge is drinking a hanky panky,
Oh no.
which is gin, vermouth, and an Italian liquor called Fernet Branca.
Thing is, I don't drink, so I have no concept of if any of these are good or not. I haven't.
Honestly,
Dylan has nodded along to several of these, so I'm going to assume that they're good.
I've never had
Just the
this
white
drink, but I'm
lady.
curious.
Yeah.
The white lady is my favorite drink, but it's mostly my favorite because in making it, a chemical reaction happens, and you have to fight with the shaker bottle to keep it from popping off, because the egg, when you emulsify it with the alcohol, creates a gas that builds up and it tries to explode the shaker. And so
This is
like
bonkers.
it's honestly, I love the drink. It could taste like crap. Thankfully it doesn't, but making it is so fun because you're in a battle with the shaker as you make it. Anyway, that's it.
Gorgeous. You see you are all seated Migglesly is at the head of the table with Emery and Miss and Chet at either side of him. Everyone else is scattered throughout the table. He stands holding his glass aloft for a toast, and clears his throat. Dear friends, new and old, welcome once more to my manor. Thank you for choosing to spend your evening with me and my family, he says, gesturing to Chet and Emery. Special thanks to Siobhan Shens. The meal she's prepared tonight will be to die for, I am sure. I see he coughs into a handkerchief he holds up to his mouth that he quickly stuffs away. Excuse me. Anyways, to health and longevity. Salud. And cheers, everyone, as the meal begins. You finish your first course of the soup and greens. The main course is brought out. It's a individual Cornish game hen served with roasted potatoes and some greens from the south of France. There's conversation and laughter. Is anyone doing anything specific while we are dining, or just kind of
remind
enjoying?
me again, who was it that just coughed into the handkerchief?
That was Migglesly.
That was Migglesly? Is
Yeah.
Migglesly like just hanging around in this room still?
He's just eating at the front of the table. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just keeping an eye on him to see if he continues to cough, or continue to show other signs of illness.
Okay.
I think Luca's wherever. I'm hoping Luca's positioned somewhere near Dodge, and it's just talking up a storm about one of the older like I feel like Dodge probably had like a cult classic before blowing up for real, and it's just like now I love all of your work, great stuff, great stunts, love watching all that athleticism, friend. But I must admit, one of your earliest works is what drew me to you in the first place. Founded in again, so much going on in this head. Names escape me, but you were hostage for a little bit, broke yourself out of that one, had to free fall down into a gorge or some sort and land just correctly into the water to not shatter all your bones.
Are they asleep?
Said everybody freeze.
Ooh, are y'all talking? Because I can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
We muted our microphone.
There
Oh
you
God,
go.
I was like, but is it me?
We were trying to
Am
be
I
like
the problem?
respectful. Mute the
We
mic.
were trying to just like talk respectfully and
Mhm.
cool. Well, great, because you didn't hear me just kind of fumble for a title there. Yeah, that one was Captive in
Captive in the
Place
Gorge,
was-
was it?
Yeah, Captive in the Gorge.
Yes,
Really early
I
one.
I must say, seeing you, I'm sure you recall the scene of you coming out of the water all glistening and whatnot. I did see it around others, and there was quite the stir at that, friend.
You know, the studio didn't want us to do that, and I pushed for it, and, you know, I think it really paid off.
I must agree.
You know, I've actually been, hoping we might, interact with each other. You know, I've been thinking about pitching a new series of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Dodge Devlin, Detective. I was thinking maybe we could, talk about some cases, maybe I could get some ideas. so I could bring it to the studio, you know?
Oh, absolutely. I'd be more than happy to talk
I
with
kinda
you
wanna
in
get into something a little more heady.
completely understand. Yeah, we can definitely have some more private talks after all of this has been concluded.
Phenomenal, phenomenal. So what have you been working on as of late?
Oh, I've been taking a little bit of a break. I've been training some. I've got a couple of would be the next me, as it were, and I'm always happy to give back. I'll be gone someday, and the work must continue. So, been doing mostly a lot of training, letting them take on some of the more minor cases of things, or shadowing them as I'm leading the bigger ones. But been a bit quiet, a little bit of quiet.
I'll say you're all kind of seated next to each other. If you guys kind of want to all contribute to the conversation, if you want to, I don't want to.
Sorry.
Can you guys hear that? I'm so sorry if you
I
can.
didn't hear anything.
No, I can't hear anything.
Okay,
And
great.
our kitten is just screaming up a storm.
Good, good,
It is-
good.
Yeah.
Good
Good
ambiance.
baby.
Just
Let them
Yeah.
scream.
screaming.
We're just
Let
sitting
her
here like,
speak.
Yeah, it's why we had ourselves muted originally, because he is literally screaming his freaking lungs out right now in the bathroom.
Can't hear a thing.
if you guys
Oh,
can't
no,
hear
yeah,
it, then
no.
Then
that's
we're set.
we're set.
Perfect. I think I'm having, if Migglesly is feeling chatty, I wanna check in with him. You know, hey, Migglesly, how are you doing? Thank you for putting this all together and having us all here. You're so lovely.
Bernard, my old friend, I'm doing lovely. Thank you for asking. I hope you're enjoying your meal.
Of course, yes. Listen, everything is really wonderful, but these potatoes are so good.
I will have to ask the chef how she does it. It's magic, really.
Yes, absolutely. You need to do it again, of course.
Mm.
But
Um,
I just. Oh, no, go ahead. Absolutely.
Sorry, I agree. Potatoes are wonderful.
Right.
What are potatoes for exactly? Well, let me rephrase. What are we
Please.
celebrating? What's this? What are we cheesing to, really, tonight?
You see, Migglesly holds up his glass once more and says, "To life, of course, and to those living it."
And to the producer who has helped me gain a much better life.
He reaches out, clinks your glass. It's, these celebrations don't need to be for anything. This a celebration of the fact that we're alive, and, we can celebrate. Isn't that all we need?
You really know how to light up a room, Migglesly.
Oh.
I couldn't agree more. And
Yeah.
what was your name
Easy.
again? I'm so sorry. Was that Ira? Was it?
All right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what more could we need? It's so lovely to meet new people, expand, our views, and get to just meet so many different walks of life in here. It's great.
Yeah, I'll cheers to that. Let me tell you, this man over here, he's gonna point to Bigglesy. My parents have been raving about his parties for years and years. I've finally been able to come to get one now. I'm a bit more of an adult. Come here as a child. Let me tell you, parties here, wonderful. Just throwing them all there. So, my parents, while they could not make it, they do appreciate you letting me come in their stead.
Mm-hmm.
How are you folks doing? Are they back in the States, I presume?
Yeah, they're over there. My dad is doing, what he does best. Mom's hanging out at the house, doing what she does best. You know how it is.
Of course. I'm so glad we have one of Chet's friends here.
Oh yeah.
You see, Chet kind of just looks up from his meal. He's demolished his Cornish game. It is just bones at this point. And just kind of looks up, kind of grunts a little bit. It's
Always
Mind your manners.
always good to be in good company.
Of course.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna see if I can whisper to Luca, as discreetly as I can. If you want information, I think you're gonna have to kiss that man's ass. Being totally honest. If you want. I think that's what the real purpose of this party is. It's a nice little nosedive.
I think Luca will lean over, also being as discreet as quiet as possible. Well, you do know I am an ass man, though I can find myself doing that just fine.
That's your private business. That's the only place I don't follow you. You have fun, though.
Miggles, I do want to thank you for finally inviting me here. I'd heard tale of these legendary dinner parties, as it were, and was so terribly pleased when I was invited.
Of course, well, I just had to after you helped me recover my lost artifact. You know, it did
course.
such a great job. And he kind of addresses the group. And, you know, surprise, surprise, British Museum took it. So what else, you know, who else would have had it?
Mm-hmm. Such a long track record of taking things that ain't theirs.
If you're going to take something, pay for it rightfully. Make sure the person wants to give it to you, you know?
Hee.
Glad
With
to
the right
have
amount
it.
of money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right amount of money. Everything's for sale, truly.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And everyone. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I think Ira knows that, like, those words coming out of their mouth literally is like making them just like crawl and just like ugh. But you know, ass kissing.
Of course, yeah. You see that the first or the main course has now kind of concluded. Lachlan, the butler, has kind of come around and cleared away the plates, gone into the other room. And you see Migglesley turns to Cynthia and says to her, "Oh, Cynthia, darling, I would love for you. I know you probably get asked this all the time. Would love for you to put on a little, little performance later. I know I could hear you tinkling away at the ivories earlier, but one of your originals. I would love to hear. I know you just came back from that Pan-Asian tour. Heard amazing things about it." And Cynthia responds, "Oh, I would love to. It would be my pleasure. My fans are my family, so I would love. I would do anything for my family." You see, actually, at this point, I think I would like everyone to make me a. What is it called? Everyone make a spot hidden roll for me.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right.
So if I have nothing in that,
You fail automatically, unfortunately.
cool.
Is it the
You
the
you don't get the base
25%?
25?
Yeah, do you get the base
Or is
25
it, you should have the
for it?
base 25 in there, that's right.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
You have the base roll.
Yeah. I forgot about that
Cool,
one.
cool,
That
cool,
is
cool,
one of the
cool,
base ones.
So
Yeah.
it is theoretically possible, but
Okay,
Yeah.
I think I just rolled super lovely. Wait, I think. Is that 15?
that's 15.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh, nice.
My spot hidden is 100.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh,
so it's
Jesus.
an automatic success. No matter what, you succeed. So
All right.
I bumped it up there. But it's like I rolled low, you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, that's an extreme success for sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fucking eagle eyes.
I put that, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can spot, you know? Staring at fine art.
Did everyone succeed?
They got a hard
No.
success.
Yes, I got a 20 and mine is a 45. So yes.
Ooh, nice.
33 under 55.
48 out of 25.
Okay, so you did fail.
I
You're,
failed.
Hard fail.
busy. You're schmoozing
Yeah,
with
I feel like
others.
it makes sense.
Yeah. I'll say it. I know I'm the one who asked for this, but is there something everyone would like to see? You know, is there something that you're like specifically looking at?
My eye is specifically on Migglesley and that handkerchief and looking for like illness like signs, things like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at.
I am definitely keeping. I'm starting to keep an eye on Chet. Just trying to. Because we haven't said hi yet. He seems like he's in a little bit of a mood. So just kind of keeping an eye on his stature and what's happening there.
All eyes on Verafina.
Okay.
Um,
What's Bo looking at?
Bo would probably be checking out the room and trying to figure out people's dynamics now that everybody's a little bit tighter. It's been later into the evening. Well, you know, coming off as just having a good time at partying, really just feeling out people and where everybody fits in.
And Luca, what are you looking at?
I think is looking at Emery, right? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, is paying attention to Emery as the night goes on and more drinks are imbibed.
Mm-hmm. I'll start with that. Luca, I'll go backwards from what everyone's looking at. Luca, you're looking around. You looking at Emery. You see she has like a her bottle of or her glass of champagne in front of her, glass of like kind of the celebratory drink. At one point, she's like gone off to the powder room, and when she returned, as she's like walking by, you can see she has a flask tucked away in her pocket. So she is doubling down on some alcohol here. And I think Bo, you probably possibly noticed the same thing as you're kind of looking at everyone. You see when Emery returns from the powder room, she sits down. You see she is kind of sits down, and you see her looking at Dodge. And Dodge is sitting there looking at Verafina, and Verafina is looking at Migglesley. You can't really tell in what way, but you can tell that they're like I'm not saying sitting there staring, but you can see that they're stealing glances, with each other. And then Bernard, you're looking at Chet. He appears to just kind of like, he's sitting near the head of the table next to his father. And he is you see, he has not addressed his father in any way, has not looked at him.
Yeah.
And in fact, the way he's sitting, he is as most as he could, like turning away from his father. And then
how did he react to the cough into like the handkerchief? Did he have any sort of reaction to that?
No, he did not.
Okay.
Speaking of the handkerchief, Ira, you are looking. I think you got you do like a little like stretch, lean over, and like you're trying to like look and see it like hang out of his pocket, and you see the like handkerchief, and you see a spot of blood on the handkerchief. And as you're kind of doing that, you see flash of lightning, and the lights go down for just a moment, as there's a crash of thunder. Over that crash of thunder, you can hear the sound of a clattering of plates. A moment later, the lights turn on. Emery screams as she turns to her side. Her husband, face down in his plate, dead. with a large knife sticking out of his back. Or sorry, out of his chest. Out of his chest.
I immediately get between Luca and everyone else.
What is that? I've never seen anything like this before. What is?
Now,
This is
Migglesly,
certainly something.
This is all part of
I
the
know
show,
you
right?
like your theatrics, but this is taking it a little too far.
This is one of those like
You
day in the
s-
theater type deals.
You see Chet, like he is wide-eyed, looks at his father, kind of, pats his shoulder a little bit. He then lifts his head up. You can see his eyes open, glazed over. Chet stumbles backwards in the process, accidentally knocking over his father onto the ground as he kind of splays out. You can see the knife laid into his, right through his heart. Appears to be very similar to the ones in his display case, the ceremonial Sumerian ancient knives. Emery fully faints in her chair, and is you see Saphira comes over and starts kind of fanning her with a napkin.
I'm definitely
And-
gonna also make my way to Emery to check on her. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's everyone else doing as this
Uh,
happens?
Luca's got, I failed to mention this, but does have a very nice gun in the holster. He's got his hand on the gun, but hasn't pulled it out, and it's just leaning into, all right, Ira, I think we might need to get a bit closer and start inspecting the body.
Mm-hmm. Ira's also going to look up at the rest of everyone who's kind of questioning what's going on. Mind, this isn't a show. It looks like someone was murdered just now. So everybody stay away from the doors, away from the windows, and maybe away from each other. And is gonna go over to the body and take out one. Who is it that's dead?
Migglesly.
It is Migglesly.
Yeah.
Gonna take out a handkerchief, a clean one from his packet, and take the used one out of his pocket, wrap it up, and
As you go to approach Migglesly, Chet speaks up. He says, "Oh, don't go! Hey, stay away from him! What are you doing?"
A murder's taking place. I'm taking a look.
Hey,
What are
we
you
should
gonna do?
Call the police.
Call the police.
Someone here just killed someone. Yeah, go call the police. In the meantime, I'm gonna figure out if we're still in danger. Do you mind?
He kind of throws his hands up. Saphira has gone. There's in the sitting room, in the parlor room, there's a phone. She has gone and has started to dial the police.
you better not be trying to take anything out of his pockets, or just... I don't know. Just be kind to him. This doesn't... I don't understand what is happening.
Yeah, I don't know this person. I just don't want any of us to be next. Namely, I don't want my client to be next. So everybody just calm down. I'm taking a look. That's all.
Yeah. You see, Verafina speaks up. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I would say Bo would probably just. Oh, that I was trying to figure out you guys' dynamic.
Verafina speaks up and she says, "Oh, who could have done such a thing? This is madness. This is preposterous. What is?" And she's starts to hyperventilate. Cynthia goes over and kind of is rubbing her back a little bit, trying to get her to calm down. Sophia re-enters the room and says, "The phone lines, they're dead. Okay, the storm probably knocked them out. Can't get in contact with anyone."
Perfect. Okay. Do you have an extra light source in here in case the power goes out again? You got candles, you got fireplace, anything we can, light the place up with.
I can use it. She's like visibly shaking a little bit. I can go get some candles. Yeah.
Yeah, let me
Yeah.
help you get some lanterns, get some light. Let's illuminate this situation.
I was about to say, do you want some company or?
Yeah. Bernard, why don't you come join me and we'll go with there and we'll go find some lanterns.
All right, let's go get some. Yeah.
Yes, the buddy system is probably the smartest thing here. And hold on. Before you head off, and we'll take out his notebook and start writing. Okay, you two are together. The rest of y'all are still in here, just in case.
Just in case
Now,
you forget.
In case I forget or something foul happens. I don't mean to speak ill of any of y'all, but there was just a murder, and any and all of us are suspects at this point.
Oh, all right, we'll just breaking right into it.
Yeah.
You see,
So...
Chet speaks up as you all kind of break off. He said, "Well, if we can't call the police, then I'll just go and get them myself. I'll get in the car and go."
No.
Absolutely not.
You need to just sit down, man. Just have a seat, relax a little bit. We got there, and I'm gonna hand him a cocktail. Just relax a little bit. We gotta figure out the situation.
No, hey,
doing that.
That's me.
The storm is not the best.
He's dead, and I need to go get the police. He starts to stand up and go for the door.
You could be responsible for this, all right? None of us should be leaving.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
You leave this building. I assume you did this. I say you sit down.
Whoa. Now, I think that's a big assumption that anybody in this room could be capable of such a thing.
You think it was what, then? Ghosts?
Hey, you know what? You never know possibility. Now, let me tell you, traveling around Europe, you find all kinds of crazy stuff going on. But let's calm ourselves down and stop pointing fingers, stop accusing each other, because then we're just going to start turning on each other. Just everybody keep your eyes open.
As you're trying to kind of calm everyone down, Chet kind of squares up to Ira a little bit. You see, he has very wide shoulders, like he's has that rugby build, and he says, "You gonna stop me from going to get help for me dad? Because you killed my own father."
I think that most people in my line of work who get killed by somebody who knows them real good. And Ira's going to stand up because he's been crouching down besides the body. Ira is obscenely tall. And even next to this big man, Ira is even a scotch bigger.
Mm-hmm. Give me an intimidate check.
Great.
Hell yeah.
I'm not saying you did it. I'm saying I'm not going to take a chance. Not while we're all here. Alrighty. Oh my god. I have a 35. I got a 32.
Ooh,
just
nice.
Under.
You see, you do like face to face. He's probably just a little bit shorter, so he's looking up to you, but still face to face. He kind of steals his face a little bit. Rolls back his shoulders. And says, "Fine, but if you guys do your little investigation, if nothing happens, I'm going to get the police. You hear me?"
Chet, just relax, okay? Just listen to Ira for now. We do have people who are trained in this, and hopefully we can... I don't know. Hopefully we can figure this out. Also, let's be honest, buddy, you're not the best driver, okay? In the storm out there?
If anyone's qualified to drive in that storm, it would be me, and I am not going to do that.
Well, fine. You see, he pulls up a chair next to his mother and starts to, kind of fan her and like check on her and make sure she's okay. You see, Saphira and I believe it was Bo went to help get candles. Has gone and got some stuff to set them about. You've only lighted a few of them because you don't want to set the place on fire. Everyone has now gathered in this room. I think at this point, Lachlan, the butler, has grabbed a spare tablecloth and has draped it over the body. After you've checked it out, of course, if there's any more looking you wanted to do.
Yeah, can I do a medicine check or something? It's very clear that the sword is what did
his
it.
knife.
Yeah,
but give me a medicine check.
Okay. Oh, sweet. Okay, so if the I got double zeros on the D100 and then a 7, so that's is
7.
Okay. Well, 7 out of 30.
Wow. Yeah. What are you looking for?
I think I'm checking so angles, maybe to tell me we have people of varying heights in here. Maybe the angle it went in, it can tell me who the most likely height culprit is. Anything anything strange about how the delivery mechanism was used, anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Also, you're kind of looking at it. It's shifted a little bit just because of how the body's kind of been jostled around. So the most you can tell is it is someone from it looks like someone from behind, came behind and stabbed him through the chest. Which makes sense. He was sitting in a large backed chair, so it would be hard to stab him, in the back. So they reached around and stabbed him in the chest.
Can I tell if it looks like somebody who's more left-handed, right-handed, or not?
I don't know if you'd be able to. I'm trying to think of how you'd be able to tell that.
No, super fair. I don't know either.
Well,
I was
probably the knife was in, you could tell what angle it was tipped at, but that's already been pulled out. So
yeah. I would say also as you were looking at him, you can see around just below his collar, he has what appears to be a strange rash.
A strange rash, you don't say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something that doesn't look like an allergic reaction or poison ivy or something.
Taking notes.
What is Bernard doing?
We already came back with the candles and everything, right?
Yeah, I'll say everyone is in this room at this point. You've kind of gotten everyone situated.
I'm taking a peek at the knife and seeing if I can spot where it was taken from. And I don't know. Did we, because I can't remember if we said we confirmed it was from his collection or if I can see which part of his collection it was from.
You say it looks similar to the other knives. But give me an appraise check.
Ooh, I think mine's very good. That's okay. Where's my appraise? Oh no, wait. Okay, not bad. Never mind. All right.
That's.
But I rolled poo-poo, so
no.
I rolled an 86 out of a 50.
Oh, that is a failure, unfortunately. Yeah! I would say this is you don't get much information about the knife itself. I'll say just you kind of I'll say at this point you probably opened the doors into the sitting room as well, so it's kind of more of just a big open area. Where all of his kind of stuff is collected. It doesn't appear as if something is missing from that cabinet, though.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so it's possible that this is from his collection that he just doesn't display.
Yeah, maybe.
Or he probably it's common to have a rotating collection that you would put in and out. What is Dodge doing?
Dodge is just kind of taking stock of how everyone is reacting to this. Trying to get as much of the raw reaction embedded in my brain as possible for future use.
Okay. You can give me a psychology check.
All right. Nice. 4 out of 50.
God damn. Is there someone or like a group of someone you're looking at specifically, or are you just kind of doing a general vibe check?
Just a general vibe check. I'm trying to. I mean, trying to vibe people out, but also trying to literally just kind of take stock of everyone's reactions so I can file them away.
Yeah. I'll say of the NPCs, you see, there's 3 main emotions going on, as well as fainted. My favorite emotion. You see, there is shock. People are just kind of like shocked, which is people like Saphira, and Cynthia. They're kind of more like shocked and like, and I think Siobhan as well. Not really sure what to do. And then there is like more sad and like more like almost teary-eyed, and that is Verafina and Lachlan are a bit more of that. And then there's also angry, which is Chet.
Okay. And then I'm just gonna walk over to Luca and just kind of, I mean, do you mind if I just kind of take in what you do here?
No, friend, this is I wouldn't dare to say the perfect moment because such a loss of life is never perfect, but an opportune moment if you'd like to stick around and catch up. And I think he'll actually pull out the notebook. So I went over and took a look at the body, tried to see if I could tell by the angle, height, handedness. The body had been jostled around due to falling, so that wasn't able to be determined, but was stabbed kind of coming around the chair. And that's what I've been able to surmise so far.
Fascinating.
Is this sorry, I hear you talking over there. Are you sharing information that would be nice for all of us to hear of what's going on?
Oh, I mean, more than happy to
Don't be keeping any secrets now.
say it out. I'm more than happy to say it out loud.
The man was stabbed. It's not a secret.
Yeah, but it sounds like there's, apparently a lesson going on over there. Isn't that something that we should all maybe be a part of when it comes to hearing the information about the dead person that's in here? Some of us who were friends of him?
I'm trying to multitask.
I'm not against sharing information. It's just I found it's in situations like these, and you'd be surprised how many times I've been called into a situation like this. It's best to let the person who wants to know come up and say it in case they don't want to have that kind of knowledge and imagery in their head going forward about what happened to their loved one and what people can do to them.
Oh, I think we got quite the imagery going on right here on the floor. But
Yeah,
why don't you just,
thank you, Bo.
why don't you
Absolutely.
just tell the room what we got going on.
Sure. And we'll repeat the information, but specifically is not mentioning the rash at all. Hasn't told Ira yet, but gives Ira a little like look, like I think it's like, for people that don't know them, could very much pass off as like we should like talk some more to figure out what our next steps are. But for the two of us, like, there's a little bit more that needs to be said here.
Yeah. Ira nods, but is also looking to see if there's any, because this person was stabbed, and I want to see if there's any sign of like blood splatter on the floor, blood in the door frame, maybe by the light switch, just kind of looking around for any sign that the person who did this left the room after doing it.
Okay. Give me a spot hidden roll.
No dice. It's 61, and I've got a 45.
I think in that case, I actually need you to give me a sanity check.
Okay. All right.
Hold on to your brain butts.
Oh boy.
No.
100. And I only have 45.
Oh,
So this was only going to be a D4, but since that is so hard, it is going to now be a D8. Wherever my D8 is.
Ira.
no.
Not my buddy, not my bodyguard.
That's all right. I'm here to keep you alive at any time.
Okay, 23. You lose 3 sanity points.
3. Okay, all right.
Yeah. So not permanently insane.
Yeah, okay, we're okay.
Yeah. As you're looking around, you're kind of trying to spot all these things. You are looking, from the door to the light switch to the floor to the plate to the door to the light switch to the floor to the plate to the body to the door to the light switch to the floor to the body, and you're just your head starts swimming, and like everything starts kind of blurring together. And I think you just need to stumble back. You need to sit down, for a second as this all is there's so much information happening.
Yeah. All right.
Ira, you all right over there?
Fine. Just stay away from everybody here till I figure this out.
I think at this point, Chet, once more, he kind of stands up, and he says, "This, you guys, nothing was happening. You guys aren't doing anything to help. I'm leaving. I'm going to get the police." And he heads towards the door.
Chet, sit down before I make you sit down.
I'd like to see you try, as he's still moving. If anyone tries to stop him, it'll be a brawl check.
I'll brawl.
I think I'm gonna follow behind because I'm also very concerned about Chet leaving.
Yeah, I'm going for his collar.
This is the next producer in line for me. I can't let him leave and possibly die.
All right, we're coming at this from 2 different angles.
As I say, do we all roll for it?
As anyone who is going for him, give me a brawl check.
Behind.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm giving him a dodge check.
15 out of 75.
And a 30 out of 50 for me.
And a 27 out of 25.
Okay, so that's I think Bernard, as you're kind of going for him, you're you see them going, you're I'll let the strapping young gentleman go for him.
Never mind.
Yeah. He beat his dodge check for Ira, but I don't think for dodge, since dodge had such a big success.
Dodge the dodge.
Yeah. How do you try and subdue him?
I think I'm literally just gonna grab him by the shoulders and just try and listen, I know shit is scary right now, but we need to stay calm, and you need to stay safe.
Well, he is going to try and punch you in the face.
Okay.
He's gonna do a brawl check. You can give me a dodge check.
So funny.
I don't dodge it.
He got a 65 out of 70. So yeah, he decks you in the face, and you stumble backwards. And he's going for the door.
You're really looking good here, Chet.
Listen, I don't know what's going on. All I know is you people are not. We need help. We need the police. And I know I'm a bad driver, but I'm a fast driver. Now get there.
Haven't you been drinking, boy? Wouldn't that combination of things likely lead to you either dying or killing somebody out on the road? And that's all assuming that you aren't going to take off because you are responsible. Now, I'm not saying you are, but there's no way for any of us to know who is and isn't responsible until we get to the bottom of this.
Listen, Chet, you just hit me in our moneymaker, so clearly you're not thinking very rationally.
I think he sees kind of everyone kind of surrounding him, kind of like yelling at him, and he kind of just closes his eyes and like, oof, fine. But you see he goes up the stairs, and you can hear a door slam as he presumably goes to his bedroom.
Our neighbors just slammed their door as you said that. Don't know if y'all heard it.
No.
I made that happen. I don't know what you're talking. I texted your neighbors and was like,
Are you the
no.
reason our neighbors always slam their door?
I'm in your walls.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Look behind. No, okay. So yeah, Chet has gone off to his room to sulk, presumably.
Mhm.
Since I know Chet, like I'm gonna try to follow to go with him to his room, so he's not alone.
Yeah, I was gonna actually do the same thing.
Yeah, if you two want a buddy system, go up there.
He's gonna
Um,
sort him out, both, and be like, anybody really trust him not to go out the window?
I'm gonna go right now. Yes.
All right, let's
call.
make a way.
You see, yeah, he has slammed the door. The door is like fully locked. When you go up there. If you like try to open it, he says, "Or buzz off. I'm just need to be alone right now. All right."
All right. Well, Chet, I'm having a hard time trusting you at the moment. Not because I think you did anything wrong, but because I just don't think you're gonna stay. And I know something was going on with you and your dad. Obviously, I could see it from a mile away. And I know you're probably feeling upset. But I don't think you should be alone right now. I think if you are able to, you should come down with us. What if it's not safe? What if someone's hiding in the house somewhere? What if I don't know if it was any person at the dinner table, but it could have been anybody or anything.
Or if
And
it's
who's to
someone
say
else in this
someone
house, I'll
won't
take
go
him
after
down
you?
myself. I'd like to see him try. Plus, I am alone here. My door's locked. Window's too small for anyone to come through. So I think listen. I just need. I've been taking classes. I know how to manage my anger. And I know when I need to be alone. Right now, I need to be alone. Okay. I'm gonna
Alright,
do my deep breathings.
Brace yourself away.
Huh?
Says
Some,
brace yourself aware.
Yeah, he's been, there's been a lot of issues between him and Mr. Nicholsley. It's been a lot.
give
All
me
right,
a
well,
soft
your
20,
mother is
I'll be-
definitely
yeah.
going to need you at some point when she comes to, and if you leave this house, you're abandoning her after a pretty awful thing.
When she wakes up, just tell her to come up here. I'll let her in, and we
No,
can...
I'll tell you to come down to her.
Just when she wakes up, just come and get me. Okay, fine.
Fine. And I guess
Guess we
Yeah.
trust that.
I don't know. I'm like I don't trust it.
If you both want to give me a quick psychology check, you totally can.
Yeah, I'll give it I have a very low chance, but I'll give it a go.
Can I try to persuade him to come out?
Sure, but I'm gonna say at this point, it will need to be a hard success.
Yeah, I didn't even want to try. But I do have a good persuade.
No, it's just a regular success. It's 52 out of 70.
Would you
Yeah,
prefer
then-
I do a psychology check, or could I also attempt to persuade?
It's up to you.
Okay, I'm gonna try for a persuade. We're gonna try for a hard success.
Okay.
No, just a regular success.
Yeah. He just says through the door and is like,
Come
just
get
give me, 20, 30 minutes, I'll come back down. Or just,
All right, I'm putting
Go
on it. It's a head timer. It's counting.
All right, of
It's
course.
ticking away.
Yeah, maybe just
Yeah.
check the closet, mate.
You hear the sound of like a door sliding open and then like a as like he's sliding like clothes back and forth.
Yes, perfect. I
Yeah,
guess
and then
then
this
I'll
you can
make
then
my
hear
way
like the
out.
sound of him plopping down on his bed or something. Yeah. So what's going on with our little detectives?
Yeah,
Little investigators.
as soon as they all left the room, all right, what was it that you saw?
All right. Well, he has a bit of a rash going on around his chest, and not from an allergic reaction. Now, did you spot anything? Because I saw you keeping a close eye.
Oh, yeah. And I gotta be honest with you, and he's gonna pull out that handkerchief with the blood on it. I don't like that Chet character, but something tells me he didn't do this.
I don't think so either. I could see it happening in like a heat moment argument, and then not jumping up doing it and then hiding it again.
Premeditated murder, yeah. But
Yeah.
what I mean is that, well, blood in the handkerchief, I'm not no doctor, but from what I've seen, that usually means a person's on their way out the door already. Who murders someone on their deathbed? This is his son. I gotta imagine he knows. So,
Well, okay. Dan, what kind of check would I have to make if I was trying to figure out if from working with Migglesly and just the general vibe, the information I know from public, would he be the type of man to hide a deathly illness from his family?
From his family,
Yeah.
I would say probably what you know about him, probably not. From the public, absolutely. He seems like that type. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And given the rash, I don't know. It makes me think something of a cancerous sort or something or other, or poisonous. Probably not poison. Something of a cancerous sort of some kind. So was probably again on the last leg. So unlikely that would have been dead soon anyway. So
somebody.
As you guys are talking, you see Verafina approaches you, and she says, "We're sorry to interrupt, Miss Ori, Miss Ardra, but me and Cynthia were talking, and we thought, maybe we should, check out the, as a group, everyone together, go and look in through the house." Go and make sure there's no one else here. Make sure we're not, there's, everyone stay together. But like, I think we'd all feel safer knowing that, there's no surprise visitors here.
No, I think
that'd be a good idea.
I think that's a fine idea. Perfect. One I would have suggested after a little bit more chatting. Very, very good on you.
Thank you, Mr. Ori.